Capricorn, hello there, my friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2021. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate every single one of you, and we're going to get it started, as always, with a couple of oracle cards here, just so we could take a little test of the energy before we fully get underway. So my guides and spirit team, please tell me what's up with the beautiful Capricorn collective in mid-August 2021. What do we got? And we'll just look at these real quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus spread with the Starseed Oracle to see what it is you need to hear from the universe. So there are many things for you to consider, my Capricorn friends. Let's go. Let's get it going here. What do we got? Thank you. Real quick. Okay, so this is fitting right in with the theme we've been seeing the past couple of weeks of action. Big energetic movement. And it's showing up with this first card. Purpose. It's very purpose-driven. I'll say that. Okay, we have our second one as well, and spirituality. Some of you might really be in spiritual mode, or the unseen could be really piquing your interest. Now, before we fully get into this reading, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Now, into these cards. This first one, pardon me. You see the imagery. You have that strong feminine figure just shooting off in one direction. There's the ship, there's the birds. So that's what we think of, the energetic action, energetic movement. Could be swirling a lot around the collective. You could be future focused to the max, or there's something coming at you really fast. We'll see how the rest of the reading unfolds, but that's what I see this as, big movement, big action. And it's shown up for you in recent weeks. The second card, though, reminds me of the Hierophant a little bit. You see this individual, they're blindfolded, and there's all these emblems and symbols of different spiritualities and religions. That's why I said it might be piquing your interest. This person's not looking at the world with their physical eyes, they're using their third eye. Visualization could be big, but spiritual topics could be very important right now to you, or just piquing your interest, or you could be trying to get in touch with those aspects of yourself. It's also spiritual protection. I do like the energy. We're going to get into the full tarot reading itself, though. We'll see if that all ties in. Sometimes it does with the reading, sometimes it doesn't. And we'll get you a 3 in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify, as we always do, Capricorn. Let's get a good shuffle here, please, my gods. What do we got? What do we got for my friends here? Okay, so last week's reading was titled Big Victory Incoming, and the week before that was titled Here They Come. So as I said, there was a lot of energetic movement around the collective, and I want to see if that's still coming at you, if there's a lot of different things going on, big future focus possibly. But yeah, you know energies are always shifting and changing, and this could be energies of other people in your sphere of influence as well. Okay, yeah, Page of Pentacles, that could be you. Okay, that could absolutely be you, a messenger of some sort. We'll really break into it in a minute. Might be trying to learn something new, might be wanting to talk to somebody. I like page energy, it's not bad. Okay, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so talk about movement of energies. That's a big signifier of that. But we also have 2 people showing up as well. A lot of, all right, yeah, 8 of Swords here on the back end. Someone might be stressing, someone might be a little bit nervous. We'll just take it all in stride. I'll give you some of these classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into the juicier intuitive stuff when we clarify. But position number 1, the Page of Pentacles, as I was already alluding to, could be communication, written messages. So there might be some interesting communication or talk coming towards you, or interest in something, really wanting to master a craft or study. This is the biggest. All the pages are students, but this one in particular, and it could represent you in my style of reading, or another earth sign. So we'll see what shows up when it's clarified. I like page energy, it's fresh. In the center, though, we have the King of Wands. All kings in tarot represent mastery and control of the suit that they're in. So when we look at wands, we think of our passions, what drives us. So this could literally be you trying to control the energetic flow of something, master what you put your energy into. Okay, that's what this King of Wands teaches us. If it's not a fire sign you're tied to, we'll see when we clarify it. You could be really trying to focus in, hone in on something very particular and move towards it with all this energetic action and movement. But on the back end, I don't want to say this as a warning. It could just be a passing by energy or someone you're tied to. The 8 of Swords, the mind, overthinking. We have earth, we have fire, we have air. So it's an even mix of the elements. But this 8 of Swords could be someone who feels a little cornered, feels trapped, feels like their hands are tied in some way. I do think that this is an interesting energy, specifically since the one oracle card was blindfolded as well. They're both blindfolded, so you could have some sense of mystery around you. But I think of nervousness, somebody overthinking with this card. We're going to dive deeper, though. We're going to jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for Capricorn, please. My gods, what do we got? One good shuffle for the beautiful Capricorns. And my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. So if you could pull more messages out of this, please be my guest. I think that's a beautiful thing. Let's go in on this Page of Pentacles, though. Why is the Page of Pentacles here for Capricorn? What do we got? The deck is being a little specific now. There we go. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you might be really concerned in something for the long haul, or really focused on something that might take a lot of time to master. Now, yes, all nights are about movement, but this one is slow and steady. We're getting that double dose of earth. So a lot of you really might be focused in on your material well-being, your material goods, or learning something and mastering it. That's what this just screams to me. Slow and steady wins the race is the big theme right here. Intuitively, it could be someone just waiting around for some sort of communication or message as well. There is the energetic action, there is the energetic movement, but someone might want to grab your ear. There might be someone that wants to speak with you, or vice versa. You just fit it to your story as needed. So I feel like it's two main things. Either you learning something new, throwing your energy into something that might take a while to really learn and master, or this could be a communication that hasn't quite come in yet, but someone's waiting patiently on it. It's one or the other to me. And of course, if you could pull more messages out of that, please do. But I also want to mention that so far out of the 4 cards, 3 of them are court cards, which could represent people, but I also see it as a lot of different energies. So we're seeing that still. The same theme we've been seeing the past couple of weeks. A lot of things coming at you. Let's go in on this King of Wands, though. See what that's about. Let's see what this King of Wands is about. Please, for Capricorn, quick. Yeah, 4 of Wands. All right, 4 of Wands in reverse, 1111. That's a good number sign. It's an omen. That's something that showed up for you a few weeks ago. This is someone that is a little nervous to make the wrong move, because with the 8 of Swords right next to it and this 4 of Wands in reverse, that feels like upheaval, because usually that's a stable card. And when we get all these tie-ins here, I feel like this is someone that's nervous about taking the wrong step, making the wrong move, overthinking it, overanalyzing it. Okay, there might be something you're really wanting to do, or put your energy towards, whether that's a relationship thing, a work thing, new skill, as we were already speaking about. But this is someone who's just like really overthinking it. Like, all right, well, if I do this, it could end up bad. Or if I do that, it could end up bad. That's the vibe it's giving me. Okay, you might be dealing with somebody who's a little nervous. And I'm seeing that with the 8 of Swords on the back. We'll see what this person might be nervous about. But this could be a little signal, a little sign. Okay, I'm not going to give any advice on if you should be nervous or not, because I don't know whatever Capricorn's going through, but this is an individual that does not want to make a mistake, a perfectionist in a way, and that's fine. Some people are perfectionists. We're going to go in on this 8 of Swords, though. Don't be afraid to take risks sometimes, though, because that's another vibe I'm feeling. Somebody who's not wanting to be spontaneous or step out of the box. We're going to go in on this 8 of Swords. Then I'll give you a quick recap before we get into the bonus message. So why is this 8 of Swords here? Thank you. All right, Death card. Okay, you might be tied to a Scorpio, and I think of karmic cycles. I think of changes. I think of shifts. Karma isn't only what you put out into the universe. I know it's said a lot that when we put something out into the universe, we get it back in return, whether that's good or bad. And I do believe that's true. But to me, karma represents the coding of this reality, like what's behind the scenes. And the Death card is extremely transformational and does talk about those cycles, those karmic shifts. And this is somebody that might be nervous about change, okay? Whether that's you or someone you're tied to, this is someone who's like really nervous about change, and we're seeing it right here on the back end. So you might be dealing with someone who is super nervous. I get it. Like whether a change has already happened and they don't know how to deal with it, or they feel like one's coming. This is someone who's just like really not about it. That's how it's feeling to me. Yes, there could be those underlying tones of karma. You might be dealing with somebody who's about to get a dose of karma, okay, that has done certain things, I'm not going to stick to that message only, but this is someone who's just fearing change. Okay, and that's human. Most people do fear change, especially if you get set into a pattern. So we're going to go through, I'll give you a quick recap. Of course, you could pull other messages from this, as I keep saying. But yeah, if you'd kindly look down in the box before we get into your bonus spread. Position number 1, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. To me, this could be somebody really trying to focus on learning a skill or put their energy into something that could take a very long time and a lot of dedication to attain. Aside from that, it could be you either wanting to have a conversation with someone or someone wanting to speak to you, but it's not quite happening yet. Patience could be necessary. In the center, we have the King of Wands with the Four of Wands in reverse. Yes, it is that repeating one number sign showing up here, so the 1111, which is a good thing. But this is someone who is like really fearing taking the wrong step, making the wrong move. Okay, that's just the vibe it's giving me here. And it makes sense with the message we have right here on the back end too. This Eight of Swords, this overthinking with the Death card in the upright. Someone who is afraid or averse to change. Someone who is really not about any big sweeping shifts, all right? And it makes sense, I get it. Especially when we talk about people falling into certain patterns. So if you're dealing with someone, you feel like they're nervous, they're a little jittery, might be dealing with anxiety, that could be it. This individual might just have a hard time dealing with change. So please take a screenshot if you'd like to look into that further. It's definitely a different vibe of energy than we've had the last couple of weeks. But we're going to get your bonus spread out here right now, Capricorn. Let's shuffle it up one time for Capricorn, please, and thank you, guys. And I love to end every reading with this. You know that if you watch me. It's just a nice little cherry on top. It's a good little capstone. What does Capricorn need to hear, please? My God, what do we got? Okay, both cards popped out immediately. So lifting the veil, I like it. I like it. That does talk about a quest for knowledge or something being made clear to you. It's tying in perfectly with that first oracle card, that spirituality, and we have the Earth card. So we're going to talk about these real quick. The lifting of the veil literally could talk about that next layer of existence, like the astral plane, not the physical, but the etheric. But I think of this as something becoming clear, whether it's a veil lifting over your own perception or finding out something in general. I like this. You could be on a quest for hidden knowledge of some kind, trying to uncover something or see into the future in some way. I like this card. It says questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. So maybe some of you are in that mode of soul searching, trying to attract what is meant for you, and that's all good. For some reason, though, the universe is bringing that to your attention. If that's not something you're doing right now, maybe that's something that could be beneficial to you. Dive into esoterics, the deeper mysteries of spirituality. The Earth card, to me, intuitively is always very simple. It speaks about grounding yourself down, whether that's through meditation, using crystals and metaphysical tools like that. You might need to collect yourself and ground yourself in for whatever reason. It can also be a big focus on the material world and material assets. The literal meaning says learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. I like that message because we all do have to exist in this world, regardless of the level of spirituality we attain, pardon me. So these are important messages here at the end. Incorporate them as you see wish. And that's what I have for you this week, Capricorn. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale. It's one of my most favorite decks out there, and it's gorgeous. So if you'd like to get your name in for the running, you only need to do 2 things. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, if I could grant you any one wish, what would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.